My name is Shonda Taylor. I am a local real estate agent here in the Hampton Roads area, and I also provide credit education and restoration services.
What's the name of your two companies?
Well, my brand for real estate is Your Real Estate Connect. We just expanded into creating a team with Shaquandra Boone and myself. So we're the Connect team, powered by Onyx Realty Professionals. And then I also have Credit Up America.
Okay, a little personal fun facts. Where are you from?
I am from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay, yay. All right. How many children do you have and are they grown?
I have two children, and technically, yes, I have a 21-year-old and I have a 17-year-old.
All
So,
right. Any of them going in real estate?
actually, my daughter is a junior loan processor,
Oh, wow.
so some form of it, and my son aspires to be an engineer. So,
Okay.
I'm excited about the future for them.
Cool. Now, at 21, what were you doing as far as career wise?
Woo, child, job hopping. I was job hopping. I was tip service hopping. Um, yeah, I wasn't too stable at 21. Yeah.
Okay. What job do you remember you were working at?
I remember working at Bank of America the longest.
Okay.
I worked in the credit card collections department, which was pretty, I don't know, it was fun. It taught me a lot. Um,
Okay.
Starting out a professional career, having a job with a bank. So it was cool.
Okay. Now, what would you advise your 18-year-old self?
Um, Find your passion and find it soon. If you're passionate about something, like the money will come, but work from the heart and not just for the money.
Okay. Cool. So, how long have you been in the real estate industry?
I've been doing real estate now for almost 5 years this month. So I
Okay.
started in 2016.
Okay. And what job were you doing before that?
Before I got into real estate full time, I was working for Verizon Fios Telecommunications. Or myself, I was support for two call centers when it came to tech support.
Okay.
So
Okay. Did you like that job?
I actually love the job itself.
Okay.
Management, not so much.
And what led you to real estate?
I'd actually 2015, I had actually lost it all. I
Mhm.
had a house fire and it was devastating. It was a humbling experience. It made me realize you're not managing your money right, which led to the credit not being managed right, and you're not managing your funds right. So after kind of losing everything, I decided to invest in something that would or could potentially bring long-term wealth.
Okay. All right. And what sources did you use to educate yourself about the real estate field?
Actually, I had started like while I was sleeping on an air mattress at a friend's house. I had no, it was real. Like I
Yeah.
look back now, like oh my god, you came so far. But I was determined. I actually was gonna start getting into wholesaling,
Okay.
and the more I read up about wholesaling, I was like, well, I really don't want to be out here with no education and not understanding, how the other side of the real estate world works. So I'd rather go to school, get my license, and do it that way.
Okay. Now, for our viewers who don't know, can you tell us the difference between like wholesaling and actually selling real estate?
Wholesaling is where you play possibly like matchmaker between someone who is in dire need or in need to sell their property. You might be the link between them and an investor, and you can make a nice little piece of money from doing that. So that's how wholesaling works. You don't really have to have any formal education, just a network of people who need to sell their house and the people who can actually purchase the home from them.
Okay.
And with real estate, you kind of do the same thing, but it's more structured and it's regulated, and you got to be licensed by the state and pass
Mhm.
the class. So,
Okay. So, for those who are trying to come into real estate, field as being an agent or anything, how much, what should be their expectations as far as like how much to invest in time, education, etc.?
I would say I can't really put a monetary value on it. It's gonna have a lot to do with your determination. Um, going through the course can be rigorous because it's a lot of new information. Preparing for the state exam for state and national, that can be rigorous because it's all new information that you had to take in and kind of apply it to the test. And then boom, you get your license, you hit the real world and you use none of that. So I always tell new agents, shop around for a broker. You want to go where there's going to be a good fit. I think starting out, I was at 3 or 4 brokerages before I landed at Onyx. But I had no guidance on what to look for as a new agent. So I just kind of hopped around, or they call them hoppers, where you kind of go where you think you're going to fit in at. But the rest is about networking, presentation, and word of mouth has been like beyond heaven sent for my business.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What made you go to Onyx?
So I was with World Class Realty with Marie DePedro, and I flourished there, and I was doing great. My favorite guy over at Priority, Michael Palacios, he just called one day and was like, "Hey, I think you should link up with Cavell. He just started his own brokerage. He did an amazing job running a team, and I just think you guys would be a good fit." I was like, I don't know, I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at, not really looking to change. And then one day it just hit me like, you could be doing so much more. You could be doing a lot if you had someone to mentor you or someone who had the time to mentor you. So I just called Cavell one day, like, "Hey, Mike hit me up." He was like, "I should reach out." I wasn't really looking for anything. And then when I met with Cavell Molyneux, the vibe was just amazing. And I was telling him things that I wanted to do or things that I needed improvement in. And he just jumped right in. He set me up, like he made sure I was good.
That's good.
Yeah, it was just like,
and that was your fifth year in real estate, and to find a mentor that would really take the time with you.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, it was almost like the perfect match. So I'm happy I made that change.
Okay, so you say you got credit up in your real connections, correct? So you have your own team now?
Yes, I am starting my own team. I'm your real estate connect, and then the team is the connect team.
Okay.
So right now it's myself and Shaquandra Boone. She is new to Onyx too, and I actually mentored her for credit repair. But we just had such an amazing connection vibe. When I told her what I wanted to do, she was like, "Sis, say less. I'm there. I'm willing to help out." So I'm looking forward to see what we do.
So, are you adding to your team, or is just your two?
Well, you're definitely going to be adding because the leads are like coming in like crazy. So we are going to have to hire someone to help us show the properties and help us with the day-to-day ins and outs of real estate.
So this would be good for new real estate agents like me.
Absolutely. I told you that when you told me you were going to get your license. I was like, I would love to pour into you because I know you have the go-getter spirit.
Yeah.
We vibed out, like, and that's what I love about my clients. And I told you, I really don't be working with people I don't know.
Because I was her client, y'all. I was her client. This house that I'm in, she helped me purchase.
Listen, I still tell everybody about that amazing view you have off the balcony. I'm still telling
Yes. I know you be telling them about Steve too, though.
Listen, y'all. Whew. Nah, I like Steve. Steve was just making sure I made sure his lady was taken care of.
Yeah.
So I respect Steve a whole lot, but whew, Steve is a piece of work, baby.
Now when I show houses, he on the opposite end. I'm like,
he is.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So tell Steve I'll be looking for my apology any day now.
Yeah, cause he be talking best. He be like, what are you talking about? The price of the house, that's the price. I'm like,
I would love to be a fly on the wall and hear that, okay? And this market is crazy.
Yeah,
now.
it is crazy. So
Really
how are
crazy.
you dealing with that now? As far as the houses are slim to none. You have all these leads.
Listen, I am, I'm very upfront and honest and transparent with each client.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is a case by case scenario, what they're looking to do, what their goals are, and I'm just preparing them for what we might run into realistically. When we were shopping, just last year,
Mm-hmm.
we would typically go see 2-3 houses at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that right now.
Mm-hmm.
If one good house hits the market, we need to be going to see it right then and there. I need to be calling the agent, finding out what the seller goals are, how we can make it work for everyone. So you have to be real.
You need to have a tablet in the car.
Right. The contract needs to be written up right then and there so that your clients can sign and we can send it over. But you have to be super strategic.
Mm-hmm.
With a dash of annoying, because I'm gonna stay on top of that other agent so they just be like, look, girl, we chose somebody else.
Yeah.
And you just have to be honest. I have clients right now that are shopping anywhere from 150 to 400, and it's kind of tough for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just let them know what to expect and keep them motivated and encouraged. And then hopefully something comes through and we post.
Now, what was because I had a lot of people asking me about people with bad credit, because some of them just be like, well, I want to rent to own, or I want to do this and that. And I'm like, okay, all you gotta do is work on your credit and we can get you, because a lot of times rent to own can be foolery. So what would you tell the people with bad credit? Do they still have hope within the year to get?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It takes about a good solid year. Now I've been blessed to be able to get some people ready in 6 months, but when COVID hit and the CARES Act came out, CARES Act gave the credit bureaus extended time to respond. So we went from getting responses on the 30-day average from the credit bureaus to now it could be 45 to 60. Mm-hmm. So I'm now advising everybody, hey, this could take up to a year, just because of the extended response time. But I always say get your credit straight first, because once you go through that process of getting it together, you're going to appreciate it more and you're not going to want to end up back in the same boat. Right. So I'm always pro get your credit straight.
Me too.
Rent to own, it's okay if you are an investor or you're seasoned. Mm-hmm. Because creative financing is a thing, but I would not recommend it for a first-time home buyer because it's almost like you're buying the home. Because in some of these contracts with rent to own, they don't want to fix anything. Yeah. They're like, it's yours now. This is what it's going to be like when you buy a house. You can't call, ask me to do nothing. So.
And I had one friend, they decided not to sell anymore, and she was renting all that time, and it was like, hey, we're not.
And she has no legal claim to the property during the process at all. Right. And she probably put down a nice little chunk of change.
Yeah.
And that money.
And she said she painted walls, this
renovations.
Yeah.
Oh, I was upset. But you know what I want to say.
Yeah. So now she's looking into buying, but yeah. So you got to be careful with that. What's my name? Oh, what makes you a great leader?
Ooh, I don't know, because I know this sounds cliche, but I treat everybody the way I would want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, because I got thick skin, so I can put up. If I could get through Steve, I can get through anything.
Yeah, me, I deal with him every day, honey.
But I have thick skin, so I'm just naturally honest, whether it is with sugar on top or sometimes a little blunt. One day you will be able to, say, I appreciate you for keeping it real. Yeah. So that's how I pretty much treat everybody. I'm solution focused. So you could tell me about a problem and I only want to hear about it one time, because after that, I'm trying to figure out how can we resolve it. Mm-hmm. And I go to amazing lengths to do that sometimes.
And
And I
that's where you
genuinely
get your
want
niche from, solving people's problems.
problems. Yeah. And I genuinely want the best for everybody. So if I feel like something ain't a good fit, I'll be like, professionally, no, you still can make your own choice, but here's my professional opinion and why.
What was your most memorable moment in real estate?
Mm, my most memorable moment in real estate. I would have to say it actually happened this year with negotiating a commercial lease.
Oh
And
wow.
had I not had my broker here, um, I probably would be in a building with a messed up HVAC system and old carpet.
Mm,
So he was like, no, you go back and you tell, because I did a mini inspection, like, hey, this not working, this not right.
okay.
He said, no, you go back and tell them the HVAC needs to be working properly before you take possession, because after you sign it, you're
That's
responsible.
it. Yeah.
And he said, and I said, yeah, and I don't like the flooring in there. That's the girl in me. So I was able to negotiate 90 days free because I came in and did the flooring.
Okay.
So that was my most memorable moment. Like it just reminded me everything is negotiable. Everything.
Now, speaking of home inspections, how important are home inspections for buyers?
Very important. Now, I do want to go on the record saying a home inspection is not going to tell you every single thing about a house, but it gives you a good idea of how the house is functioning. And I recommend them on old houses, well kept houses, and new constructions as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to find out you got an issue that could have been caught in a home inspection.
Right,
So I
right.
recommend.
Because a lot of times something may be sight unseen, and that's why it's good to have a home inspection.
Yeah, that's pretty risky. But we deal with a lot of that because we have a huge military base here. So they could
Okay.
be, stationed somewhere else and plan to move here, and you're their eyes and ears of the property.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
Where's your new office at?
We are located in the Western Branch area, Forest Haven, I believe it's Forest Haven Drive, right in the back of Dunedin. If anybody is familiar with that area, it's like several shops on both sides of the street, and we're in that area.
Okay, great. Do you want to give the viewers any other information?
Um, if you are looking to purchase a home, don't get discouraged. The market is super competitive right now because the rates are low. Hopefully, with spring comes new inventory. If you're currently working on your credit or you've tried and you're stuck, feel free to reach out. I do not mind helping out. I actually do consultations before anyone signs up for my program so that we have a clear understanding of what we'll be doing and how we'll be able to help. And I am just want to tell your viewers I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, how much are the consultations? Are they free?
The consultations are not free. Unfortunately, you have to invest something in yourself, and you're going to definitely leave with valuable information. So the consultations are $49.99. But what I can do is create a discount code for any of your viewers so that they get about 20% off.
Oh, that's good. Y'all hear that?
Yeah. So I like to do that for my people, and then that way I can get their credit straight, and then I can get them back to my girl so she can sell them a house.
Thank you. Last but not least, what are your goals for 2021?
2021 is goal packed. So because I didn't really start out with a really, really strong mentor, there's some things that I'm having to go back to the foundation and get right. So I'm gonna have to step away from the day-to-day operations to do that for a while. And then I'm gonna start studying for my broker's license here in VA.
Wow,
Thank you. And I want to also get my broker's license in North Carolina as well. And
I want to do that too. Now they start you off in North Carolina as a broker.
Yep.
So yeah, that's good. Let me know when you do that because I would do that with somebody.
I will. My brokerage actually has a partnership with a firm that just opened. So we can actually have somewhere to hang our licenses in North Carolina once we're done. Yep. So I can get you that info.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
All right. Any last sayings or any last goodbyes?
Nope. Tell Steve I say hello.
I
I
will.
absolutely love Caramel. That dog is hilarious. Has
Thank
so much
you.
personality. And again, I am super proud of you. And if you need anything, I'm just a phone call away.